again to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to make tonkatsu. So with tonkatsu you can make it with pork, or you can use chicken or any other meat that you wish to make it. But for today's video I'm going to show you how to use tonkatsu with pork. So I have my 2 pieces here, and as you can see, it shows that it's a little bit wet because I already prepared it. I add some salt so that it can absorb the salt, so that all the meat can have the salt inside. And we are also going to use this flour. This is all-purpose flour. And then I'm also going to be using an egg to dip the meat, and I'm also going to use these breadcrumbs. Okay, so that's it that we're going to use for our tonkatsu, and let's start. Okay, so first of all, you would take your meat and you put it on a chopping board. And because the meat we're going to deep fry it, to avoid the meat from curling up, we have to cut a little bit on the sides, like just small slices in the middle, and then you turn it around. You also cut, just make some small slices, and okay, then we'll have the other piece and we'll do the same thing, just cutting into the meat so that it will not be turning up when we will start deep frying our meat. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'll break the egg. And so here we have our egg. Depending on the amount of meat that you're going to use, you can have 2 eggs or you can have 1 egg. But today I'm going to use only 1 egg. And then we're going to beat it up. Alright, so then we're going to start preparing our meat. We start by dipping the meat in the flour. You can use one hand or you can use both hands, it's okay. Then into the egg, then lastly make sure it's well coated, and into the breadcrumbs. So here you remove the excess breadcrumbs, and it means this is ready for deep frying. Okay, so you can put it on a plate or anywhere else, because now this is ready for deep frying. So we're going to do the same thing for the next piece. First of all, dip in the flour, and then put it in the egg. Make sure it's well covered. The whole of the piece is well covered in the egg, and remove any excess dripping of this egg. And then we put it in the breadcrumbs. move it around, and then yeah, remove any excess breadcrumbs, and this is also done. So from here we now have to start deep frying our meat. So we come here and put some cooking oil. You can use whatever cooking oil that you prefer, and make sure it's well enough for the meat to deep fry. And so make sure that your fire is not too hot, or the oil is not too hot, because we don't want our meat just to be done on the outside. We want it to be done even on the inside. So make sure the heat is of maybe medium, so that it shouldn't take too much oil, but also it shouldn't just cook the outside and not the inside. So you can use a breadcrumb to check if your oil is ready. So now let's check the oil and see if it is ready to fry. Okay, so now it's ready. We can start frying our meat. And so make sure that the meat fries maybe for 2 to 3 minutes, depending on how high it is. You can fry for 2 or 3 minutes, and then you change it to the other side. And while it is frying, make sure that you try to move it around in your pan so that it gets equal heat. Okay, we can check if the other side is cooked. Alright, so here it is just light red brown, so it means it was not well done. So we can always put it again on the other side so that we get this equal brown of the meat. Check the other side, and you can see that brown color, nice color. So here we just put just a few seconds on the other side. Alright, so now this piece is done. Then we take it and put it on the cooling rack and do the other piece. So we're going to do the same thing with the other piece. Don't forget to move it around in your pan so that it gets equal heat. Now we turn it on the other side. Alright, so now our tonkatsu is done. We also take it on the cooling log and let it sit for a while so that it's not too hot. So while it is cooling off, I'm going to prepare some cabbage, or you can prepare any salad, but today I'm going to prepare only some salad and some tomatoes. Alright, so now I'm going to prepare some cabbage, and depending on your preference, I'm going to cut in small pieces. Okay, so this is the cabbage that I'm going to use today. So we're going to keep this for later. Okay, so now my cabbage is ready. Then I can transfer it on a plate. And then I'm going to cut this half tomato in just 3 pieces. Alright, so now that this is done, we will have to check on our tonkatsu and cut it into pieces. So the pieces that you are going to cut for your tonkatsu, we are going to cut them like this. And then we're going to transfer this onto this plate and get the next piece. Do the same. So as you can see, it's very juicy inside but very crispy outside, and this is very, very delicious. So there you have, this is your tonkatsu. Alright, so now we have finished with our tonkatsu, but the last thing that we need to add is the tonkatsu sauce. So we're going to add this tonkatsu sauce. You can add as much as you prefer, and then enjoy. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.